Karen crashed into my garage and blamed me for theft, didn't expect my security footage. The screech of metal and shattering would jolted me awake at 2 a.m. My heart pounded as I stumbled downstairs, only to find my garage door caved in, a silver SUV wedged inside. Karen, my neighbor of 3 years, stood in the driveway, her face a mask of fury. "You stole my car," she screamed, pointing at the wreckage. "You lured me here to cover your tracks." I blinked, speechless. The absurdity of her accusation hit me like a slap. My garage was trashed, my tools scattered, and she was blaming me? Karen was notorious in our quiet cul-de-sac. She'd berate kids for chalk drawings, report mailboxes for leaning, and once called the cops on a barbecue for excessive smoke. But this was unhinged. I tried reasoning. "Karen, your car's in my garage. You crashed it." Her eyes narrowed. "You tampered with my brakes, didn't you? I know you've been eyeing my SUV." I almost laughed, but the venom in her voice chilled me. She was serious. By dawn, a crowd had gathered, neighbors whispering, phones out. Karen spun her tale, tears streaming. "He's a thief. He's been sneaking around my property." The murmurs grew. I felt the weight of their stares, my reputation fraying. Then I remembered my security cameras. I'd installed them after Karen's last complaint about suspicious noises. I pulled up the footage on my phone. The video was crystal clear: Karen, weaving erratically, slamming into my garage, then stumbling out, yelling into the night. The crowd went silent, but Karen didn't flinch. "That's fake," she shrieked. "You edited it." Her desperation was palpable, but her lies were crumbling. Then, a voice cut through, high-pitched, trembling. "She's lying." It was Ethan, the shy 16-year-old from across the street, clutching his skateboard like a shield. Heads turned. Ethan never spoke up. He was the kid Karen had targeted for skating too loudly. "I saw her," he said. "She was drinking at her porch last night. I filmed it." He held up his phone, showing a blurry clip of Karen, wine bottle in hand, slurring to herself hours before the crash. The twist hit hard. Ethan, the invisible kid, had evidence. Karen's face drained of color. "You little brat," she spat, lunging toward him. I stepped between them, my anger flaring. "Enough, Karen." The neighbors closed in, their sympathy for her gone. But then, another surprise. Mrs. Delaney, the elderly widow next door, spoke up. "I saw her too," she said softly. "She's been struggling since her husband left. She's not herself." The words hung heavy. Karen's rage cracked, and she sobbed, collapsing to her knees. I should have felt vindicated, but my stomach twisted. The footage proved my innocence, but Karen's unraveling wasn't just a sight, it was tragedy. She'd built a fortress of blame to hide her pain, and now it was rubble. The cops arrived, breathalyzer in hand. Karen's DUI charge was inevitable. Her SUV impounded, her reputation shredded. Ethan's video went viral on the neighborhood app, and whispers of Karen's crash spread. Days later, I found a note in my mailbox, Mrs. Delaney's handwriting. "She's lost everything. Maybe she needs help, not hate." I stared at the wrecked garage, still unrepaired. I wanted to hate Karen, but Mrs. Delaney's words gnawed at me. Karen was a wrecking ball, but she was human. Her accusations were lies, but her pain was real. I thought of Ethan, brave despite his fear, and Mrs. Delaney, seeing past Karen's venom. Maybe truth wasn't enough. Maybe compassion was the harder fight. The cul-de-sac hasn't been the same. Karen's house is dark now, her windows boarded. Some say she moved. Others say she's in rehab. I fixed the garage, but the dent in my trust lingers. Ethan skates by sometimes, offering a shy wave. Mrs. Delaney brings me cookies, her eyes kind but tired. Life moves on, but the scars of that night don't fade. What would you do when truth exposes someone's lies but reveals their brokenness too? Share your thoughts on justice, blame, or healing in a fractured community.